Hey, how are you today? Master Manio here, AKF Lexington Martial Arts and Kyuki-do Strong. Oh man, what do I want to talk about today? How about a purpose for training in martial arts? Even when you walk in my door for the first time, I hand you a sheet of paper and it has a list of things that you can pick from that you're going to tell me are potential reasons why you come here. So I'm going to read those: physical fitness, confidence, socialization skills, fun activity, self control, personal growth, burn energy, learn respect, mental benefits, self defense, goal setting, or other. There are a ridiculous, never ending list of reasons to train in martial arts. And I can tell you right now that martial arts, yes, it teaches you to be strong, but it's going to help you build some mental fortitude. And in today's day and age, we need it. If you pay attention to anything, you know that we want our kids to grow up stronger. I don't know about you, but I look at over the past 10, 15, 20 years of the anti-bullying push, is, in my opinion, total failure. Total failure. I see bullying everywhere, even at the very top, and you know what I mean. All right, it's unbelievable, out of control, and justified by a million different excuses. So, how do we make our world better? Put our kids in a martial arts class where bullying is not acceptable, not tolerated. They learn how to deal with it. They learn how to get through it. They learn how to be better than that. And they learn how to recognize it when they're doing it. They also learn how to recognize their own weaknesses and how to strengthen those weaknesses without it becoming a narcissistic effort of look at me, look at me, look at me. It's not about every person gets a trophy, but it is also not about losers always lose. It's absolutely ridiculous. We need to find a way to show that our kids and our families and our friends can live to be happy and live to be better than they were yesterday, not better than the person standing next to them. Now, there's always going to be the opportunity. If you're better than you were yesterday, there's a really good chance you're going to be better than the person next to you. If that's all that matters to you, great, go for it. But don't tell me about it. Just tell me that you want to be strong, and I'll show you how to be strong. But let me ask you another question. What if you could get into a martial arts program that didn't just teach you how to do forms? If you don't know what a form is, it looks like a bunch of moves when done at a certain speed. It almost looks like a dance. And it is really used in traditional, it was used to mask the effectiveness of the fight skill being taught. But it is actually, nowadays, at least in our school, it is primarily to demonstrate that you're learning the fundamentals that you're supposed to be learning at your rank. But we're not just learning forms. We're not just learning punches and kicks. I can tell you, I love to fly through the air and do jump spinning hook kicks. That's great. But if I get into a street altercation, I'm not going to jump up in the air and do a jump spinning hook kick. I don't think. It's an opportunity presented itself, maybe. But not a good idea. So what if you got into a martial art that actually taught you how to apply it? Not just do it. That's what Kyuki-do is. Kyuki-do is a mixed martial art of Taekwondo, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, Hapkido, and any other funny sounding words that you can think of. They're probably included. The really amazing part about Kyuki-do martial arts is that no matter what school you go to, we're all in cooperation on teaching the same basic fundamental skills, but we're allowed to expand and specialize in whatever really comes home for us. In our school, that's Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, and Taekwondo all rolled into one. Hapkido too. However, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, and Taekwondo are my favorites. Again, it's not just repetition, 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 repetition so that you can be good on the mat. It is so that it will work on the street. Kyuki-do was developed to have a well-rounded martial arts system that isn't just stand-up, isn't just grappling, isn't just one element. It gives you enough tools in that tool bag to allow you to be able to go out that front door and first be strong up here and try to do the best you can to avoid those situations. But second, if you are in those situations, you're not just going to have your fist ready to go. You're going to have your entire body, your entire tool bag ready to go. That first punch against a bad guy doesn't always go the way you expect it to. Let me tell you. You want to make sure you have a backup. You want to have a tool bag full of tools so you can pull those tools out and use them in order to save your life. Martial arts needs to work not just in the dojo, but it needs to work on the street if you're that kind of person. There's nothing wrong with coming to a martial arts class just for the exercise, just for the discipline. That's why we exist. But if you make it past black belt, there's a whole nother world that opens up. Ask yourself why you want martial arts. You're probably going to find out. If you think there's a reason for you to do martial arts, you're probably right. It doesn't have to be street application. It doesn't have to be confidence. It doesn't have to be discipline. Whatever's in your reason, your heart. You want something fun to do? Yep, martial arts, that might just work for you. And you're not a team sport player, you're going to get a little exposure to team activities, but we're not a team sport, right, most of the time. Right? And there is opportunities for people who would rather focus on themselves instead of somebody else. Martial arts is great. Maybe you're somebody who wants to be a great leader and focus on everybody. You can do that in martial arts. Maybe you want to develop yourself into somebody who's going to run a multi-million-dollar operation someday. You never know. It might be the right place for you. Ask yourself what your reason is, and then come see if it's here. I'm going to guess it is. In the meantime, what are your thoughts? Here's something I've been thinking about lately. What would you think of a martial arts class offered adults only, no uniforms, no forms, no traditional, strictly street application, self-defense? What would you think? That sound like fun to you? Let me know if you get this far in this video.